properly. Excellent. Well, welcome to your practice. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I'm just going to let Hannah in, and I better spotlight myself as well. And we're all good to go. Hey, Hannah, I'm sorry about that. There's just, yeah, there was, I don't know, a glitch in the Ubindi, but we're here. We're all good. All right. So, welcome to your practice on this autumn equinox morning, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, which I think you all are. So welcome, welcome. So I tell you what, let's start seated just to get settled. And just inviting ourselves to land on the mat. So I invite you to take a full in-breath. And a gentle sigh as you exhale. This time of year is, I love this time of year. It's often regarded as the composting time of year, as we can invite ourselves to move into a little bit more dormancy, a little bit more stillness, hopefully. Sometimes easier said than done. And this time of year, as the trees start to let go of their leaves, can often be an interesting time to consider anything you feel you need to let go of. You're welcome to place a hand onto the area of your heart. I'd just like to invite you just to lengthen the exhale. Again, that could be with a sigh. Gently let the in-breath move in, and that gentle sigh. The lengthening of the exhale could just help us soften a little bit more. And we'll just take a little bit of movement as we breathe. Okay, so with the next in-breath, you're welcome to release the arms, and you can let the eyes open, and we'll take the arms up on the inhale. How about let's link the fingers and reach prison. Great. So I think I froze there for a second, so I'm sorry about that. So we can lean one way. The tech gods are against me this morning. Then we can go the other way. Another in-breath to lift the chest. And then perhaps a spiral to the right, gently turning around the midline as you exhale. Inhaling, coming back to center. You can reach up and lift the gaze, and as you exhale, returning to the left. That gentle rotation. Let's go once more each side. Inhale to come up, and exhale to turn. Inhaling up to center. And exhale. Inhaling back up to center. You can lift the gaze. And then from here, let's take the hands all the way down through prayer pose. And from here, we'll just take the right hand out to the right side. I'll go the other way. A little bit of a lean into the hand, okay? And it's a little side body extension. So let's just take a couple of breaths here. You might want to circle the arm as well. That might work for you, going in one direction. Just finding that nice bit of mobility in the body and in the shoulder. Okay, when you're ready, let's exhale all the way out. And then to the second side, okay? So just take a few breaths here. I'm just going to just check my connection on my device. Keep breathing. Just staying with the breath. Hopefully you've improved. And when you're ready, come on out. Okay, let's come over to the hands and knees whenever you're ready. So I'm smiling much because human things are just out with your control. That connection should be better. All right, so let's come on to the hands and knees. Maybe a little blanket underneath the shins. Just find that connection, palms of the hands come into the mat. And with the in-breath, roll the heart forward. And with the out-breath, rounding the back, doming. Inhale, roll the heart forward. And exhale, let's dome. In breath to lift the heart. And exhale to round. Now next, in breath, lift the heart. Now go nice and easy because I'm feeling a bit chilly this morning. With the exhale, let's press back, downward facing dog, one knee bending, the other leg lengthening. And we can rise up onto the balls of the feet, inhaling. And exhale, other knee bends, other leg lengthens. Just that nice treading through the legs. And feel free to add whatever you want. You can sway the hips around. See how you feel. Now today we'll do the salutations with the knee lowering down. So you might want to keep your blanket on your mat, okay, to see how you feel. And then let's walk the feet towards the hands. Gently treading the feet forward. And when you come towards the front of the mat, a nice softening to the knees, loosely folding the arms. And you can just take that little sway around if you wish, from side to side. So as you exhale, again, find the stability deep into your feet. A little softness to the knees. And we'll roll up to stand. Rolling up, leaving your head to last. And when you get all the way to the top, you're very welcome to link the fingers, reach up and just explore that full line to the front of the body, maybe the tiniest of back bends. And exhale, bringing the hands down through prayer pose. Take a moment here. Just noticing how it all feels in the soles of the feet. Long through the spine. Shoulders gently resting on the back. And with the next inhale, let's breathe the arms up. And stay right there and let your left hand catch hold of the right wrist. Inhale, little lean to the left. And exhale to center and change the grip. Inhale, little lean to the right. And exhale, come back to center, release the arms or hands. Inhale to lift the chest. And exhale to fold all the way down, bending the knees as much as you like. Inhale, lengthening through your spine, sending the gaze forward, placing the hands to your shins. Exhale, bend the knees, left foot stepping back. And we're going to lower down onto that left knee. Just take your time. Inhale, press into the front foot. Breathing the arms up, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. Exhale, hands to the mat. And let's find our way back to the hands and knees from here. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. So settling in here to the shape, just being very playful with the hands. So you might want to have the hands shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. Either the middle fingers pointing straight ahead at 12 o'clock, or you can shift the hands slightly and have the hands turning a little bit so the index fingers point on forward. See how that feels. Another deep in breath here. Another full exhale. So on the next inhale, let's take the right foot, lift that right foot up. As we exhale, stepping it towards the hands, so give it a little handy nudge if you like, and the back knee goes down. So from here, coming on up, hands to the hips for this one. And with the exhale, we can just allow the pelvis to sink. And you've been very gentle on that back hip flexor. So as you allow the pelvis to sink, you can then really press into that front foot. And then placing right hand or right forearm to the right thigh. Inhale, left arm reaching over and a little side body extension here. You're welcome to bend the top arm. The in-breath can allow the top elbow, if it's bent, to reach a little more towards the sky. And then with the exhale, let's unwind that, keeping the feet just where they are and planting the left hand to the mat. Inhale fully. Exhale, a little rotation now to the right. So you can wrap the right arm behind the back. Maybe the right arm reaches up. And then here we've got the back knee lifting if you want to go there. Smooth inhale just where you are. Now as you exhale, how about let's just bring that top arm forward and we'll take a lovely big circle with that arm. And then we can change direction. How does it feel to take it back? Down and around. Deep in breath right here. Exhale, let's unwind that. Come on back. So either hands and knees, or you're welcome to come back to downward dog. If you'd like to take a little high plank, let's go ahead and do that. So inhale, come into a high plank. Exhale, press the heels away, tailbone moving under, and the chest slightly moving forward. Another deep in breath right here. And exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Okay, second side. Let's take the left foot up, deep in breath. Exhale, stepping it through. Give it a little nudge there if you like. And the back knee goes down. So building the posture from the ground up, so allowing the pelvis to sink down, maybe slightly forward. Tailbone a little bit heavy. So from here, inhale, take the arms up. And with the exhale, left forearm or hand to your left thigh. Inhale, leaning to your left. Maybe the elbow bends, maybe it doesn't. The in-breath might invite that elbow to reach towards the ceiling. And with the exhale, let's unwind that and placing right hand down to the mat. Inhale fully, just here. And then with the exhale, rotating now to the left and the option to lift the back. Feeling the breath washing across the chest with the inhale. Exhaling fully. Now from here, if it's okay for your shoulder, let's take that top arm forward, reach it forward and sweep it around. And the other way if you like, reaching it back and around. Deep in breath, and then with the exhale, let's release that, coming on out. Hands and knees. This child's pose or this downward dog. Exhale. Inhale, let's come to a high plank from here. Exhale, let's lower down, knees, chest, chin, all the way to the front body. Just give yourself a moment, get yourself settled. Place the hands ready for cobra. Now you can do this either with the hands on the mat, yeah, or you can take the variation with the hands are lifted in that kind of hands-free version, okay? So with the in-breath, lifting up for the count of 3, inhaling 1, 2, 3. Now as you exhale, lower down, maybe a sigh. Three more times. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and exhale. Maybe a sigh, or maybe through the nose. I'm going to do the next 2 with my hands off. See how that feels. One more. Okay, plant the hands down. Inhale, cobra. The height is not important. Exhale, let's curl back, child's pose. Inhale, coming up to the hands and knees. Exhale, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Deep inhale to pick up the right foot. Exhale to step it through. Back knee down. Inhale, low lunge. And with the exhale, hands to your mat, back foot steps forward. Folding in, exhale. Inhale, press into the feet, come all the way up. Maybe a tiny front expander to see how it feels. And exhale. Hands come down through prayer pose. Let's remain standing. And pause here. Just 3 breaths. All right, next in breath, breathing the arms up. Exhale to fold, all the way up and over. Inhale to lengthen through your spine, send the heart forward. Now from here, exhale, bend the knees, right foot stepping back now. Gently coming down to the right knee. Inhale, breathing the arms up. And exhale, hands to the earth. Let's come to the hands and knees. Inhale to lift the chest. And exhale, downward dog. Remember, there's always child's pose available. Yeah, see how you feel. Let's come to the high plank from here. Inhale. All the way down, knees up or down to the front of the body. Exhale. Let's get settled. Once again, we're going to revisit the cobra. Okay. So either hands free or hands down, or a combination of both. Okay. So this time on the exhale, see if you can keep the exhale moving through the nose, right? But still see if you can keep it a little bit longer than the inhale. Okay, just a touch. So let's go. Inhaling for 3. And exhale to come down. Inhale, coming up. So 3 more at your own pace. How would it feel to let the tailbone slightly move under as you lift? Just find the support of your pelvis underneath the lower body there. Connecting deep into your mat. Exhale. Let's take a pause right here. When you've taken those 4, why not? Let's rest on the front body. Forehead can rest on the back of the top hand. Have a little movement of the hips, and you're welcome to lift the feet from the mat and just take that little, almost like the legs are like windscreen wipers. Let them sway to the side. Okay, if you're waving your legs around like I am, let the legs go. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lifting up. You might find you want to lift a little higher. Shoulders roll back and down. And with the exhale, child's pose. All the way back. Inhale, rock up, hands and knees. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, from here, let's pick up the right foot again. Now, feel free if you'd like to. You can always open up the hip a little bit, take some movement, nudge the knee high to the sky. You can reach the leg long. It's really up to you. Okay, just get a little bit curious into the hip, and then we'll step the right foot outside the right hand and put the back knee down. Okay, so I must apologize. I was so kind of freaked out with all the tech issues this morning that I didn't mention any props. Okay, so if you want, my props are over there. But if you want, you can have a brick under the hands or some cushions under the hands. I'm just going to wing it over here. So just feel free to sway around. A little lunge here. So feeding your way into the hip joint. So you have this full extension of the hip flexor, back leg. And also this full compression of the hip joint, yeah. And if you'd like to, and only if it's okay for your lower back, see how it feels to come onto the outer edge of the right foot and the knee falls out to the side, just a little. Now that doesn't have to happen, remember, okay? A little bit of movement, full inhale. Full exhale. Just for a couple more breaths. If you want to, you might find it's available for you to come onto the forearms, maybe onto a cushion or onto a brick, but don't get too wild if it's feeling too much. All right, from here, realign that foot if you let it wing out to the side, okay, or the knee. And then from here, just for a couple more breaths, let's take the right arm forward, inhale, and then exhale, you can reach that arm back, and it can be flat, or it can reach into the space behind you. It's just like a little lean backy twist here. One more deep in breath. And then from here, let's exhale, unwind, finding our way out, either hands and knees, or we can go straight back to downward dog. Just a moment in plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, we hold. Inhale, where we are. And exhale, downward dog. Second side, inhale, left leg can lift. So feel free just to get a little bit curious about the hip there, waving the leg around. Softening the back of the neck. And then when you're ready, it's going to step wide to the outside of the left hand. Back knee goes down. Just, again, you guys all know that you can just nudge the foot forward with your hand if you like. Okay, let's just feel our way in. Maybe a gentle sigh through the mouth. If you'd like to roll onto the outer edge of the front foot, go ahead. Hinge of the jawbone, easy and soft. And if you fancy exploring coming onto forearms and elbows, then go ahead. Again, bringing the floor closer if you wish. If you're on the forearms, just come back onto the hands. If you've winged the knee to the side, let's realign that left leg. Connecting deep into the right hand. Inhale, taking left arm forward. Exhale, opening around. Gently observing the quality of each breath. One more deep in breath. Exhale, let's unwind this. Come on out. Hands and knees. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, child's pose. Inhale, rocking up, hands and knees, roll the heart forward. And exhale, press back, pushing the floor away with the hands, downward facing dog. Inhale, we can pick up the right foot. No, sorry, lower the right foot. Inhale, picking up the left foot rather. As you exhale, let's step it through. Back knee down. Inhale, breathing the arms up. Exhale, hands to the earth, back foot stepping forward. And fold in over the legs. Exhale. Let's come to Utkatasana. So bend the knees, sinking into the heels. Inhale, Utkatasana, lifting the heart. Exhale, let's fold forward from here. And you can reach the arms back. Maybe link the fingers. Or simply reach them back behind you, okay? Let's do that twice more. So inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. And exhale, fold. You can lengthen the legs a little bit more, just to whatever works for you. And then one more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, Utkatasana. And then from here, back to standing, straight legs, hands come down through Anjali Mudra. And let's pause right here. Perhaps the hands will come to the body. Smooth breath. Take the time, the eyes are closed, let the eyes open. And release the arms from here. Giving yourself that gift of observation. And from here, let's prepare now to come and step out. So we're going to step out to face the long edge of the mat and perhaps facing your device, depending on your setup. I'm going to get rid of my blanket. And you might want to have, we're going to do side angle posture, which is Parsvakonasana. You might want to have a brick to put your hand on, but no pressure, because of course you can always put the forearm to thigh, okay? Let's get that ready in a moment of organization. So from here, really finding the connection deep into the feet. We'll take the in-breath, arms wide. So sorry, the right toes are turning out. Yeah, left toes inside. Inhale, arms wide. And with the exhale, let's bend to the right leg. Gently resting forearm to thigh, and the other arm can then come over. Let's take that again. Inhale, come all the way out. Exhale, landing and reaching. Inhale, we'll do that twice more. So if you feel like your body's ready for it, you might want to bring your hand onto the brick or not, okay? Inhale, press into the feet to come up. And exhale, landing. Here, now we can stay here for a few breaths. So it's a sense of lengthening the left waist off of the left hip. Inviting the top ribs to roll towards the ceiling with the inhale. With the exhale, just gently pressing that right knee back in line with your right little toe. You might want to take the arm and wrap it. Now from here, just for a couple more breaths, we can then reach the arms wide and see how it feels to float both arms off of whatever surface you're on. One more inhale. And exhale, returning forearm to thigh or hand to brick. Inhale, let's come on out. Pose forward and lower the arms. Exhale. Give your shoulders a little circle if you wish. Get ready for the second side. You might want to move your brick if you're using it. Left toes turning out. Right toes in slightly. 4 times dynamically. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we're out. Exhale. You're carried by your breath. In. Exhale. Okay, this time we'll stay. Exhale. Really finding that full security into each foot. The inhale can invite the top ribs to roll towards the ceiling. Exhaling, gently pressing the knee back into space or back into the arm. Again, experiment with what feels right for the arm and for the neck. One more deep inhale. A full exhale. Next in breath, let's come out. Pose forward and exhale. Lower the arms. Just feel free to give the shoulders a little circle. Okay, let's keep the feet where they are. We can bring the brick if you've got one, or if not, you can put a bolster in front of you or a little stack of cushions, okay? We'll just do a little spiral for the torso. So toes pointing straight ahead. And with the in-breath, floating the arms wide. Now from here, turning to your right, as you exhale and placing the left hand to the brick, I like to put a little bend into my right leg. And then spiraling and reaching up through that right leg. Press into the feet. You can release both knees a little. Inhale to come up. And exhale, rotating now to the left. Little spiral. Let's go once more each side. Inhale. Inhale, we're up. And down. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, hands come onto the hips. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to then fold forward. Okay, and as you come forward, feel free to bring the floor a little closer if you want to, or hands to the mat. Nice little bend to the knees if you wish. Inhale, lengthen your spine, send the heart forward. Exhale and fold. The body gently expanding on the in-breath, releasing on the out-breath. Next inhale, lengthen through the spine again to send the gaze forward. Now from here, we'll bend into the right leg. Gently walk the hands over to frame the right foot. A gentle bow towards the right shin. Inhale to center. And then over to the left, exhale. Let's go once more each side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And inhale, come to center. Now from here, if it works for you, start to walk your hands all the way towards the front of your mat, okay? Whatever side that is for you, okay? And then we'll find our way out, exhale. So see how you feel, okay? You might want to stay here for a few breaths. You might prefer to come to child's pose, or you might prefer to inhale to a plank. Exhale, knees up or down, chaturanga. Inhale to a cobra or an upward dog. And exhale, let's come on back, downward facing dog. Smooth inhale right here. And smooth, steady exhale. So on your next exhale, we're going to start to find our way to sitting. All right. So exhale, bend the knees to look forward. And then either jumping or stepping or come to kneeling, and we'll find our way all the way down to the mat. Here we are. And as we get down there, you can just find a brief Dandasana. You can bend the knees, hands by the sides of the hips. You might even prefer to take the hands behind you. The fingers point away, and the shoulder blades can gently draw together. Just take that little lift of the chest. It releases. And now bending the right leg in. So we'll come into a Janu Shirshasana. So to swaddle the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. If you like, you can use either a block or a blanket under the sitting bones if you need them. And just remember, you can also have this knee bent. The extended leg doesn't have to be totally straight. Okay? All right, so just noticing, before we do anything else, just noticing the support underneath the body, heel, foot, the sitting bones, whatever's in contact. And with the next in-breath, breathing the arms up. And just coming a third of the way. And as you do that, how would it feel to keep the arms in line with the ears? Inhale, come straight back up to center. And exhale, 2/3. Inhale, we're up. Then all the way into the posture, almost like you're passing through these two gateways as you come in. So whatever works for you, placing your hands either down to the mat or onto the leg. And remember that knee can stay bent. Inhale can lengthen your spine to send the gaze forward. And exhale, we fall. Jawbone soft. And as you breathe here, see how it feels to invite that right side of your body in and around towards your left leg. And what you could also do is take the right hand and take the outside of the left foot or ankle and breathe. Okay, when you're ready, inhale, lengthen your spine to lift the chest. Exhale, let's release that, come back up to center. And before we change sides, let's do one more thing on this side, yeah? We can stand on the right foot. So now the knee is up towards the ceiling. And if it works for your body, step the right foot across the left leg, okay? And then from here, we're going to spiral around to the right. Now, I think a lot of you know I do this. I like to, well, faff around is a good thing for me. But I like to lean back a little bit. Let my tailbone kind of move under. And then perhaps I'm hugging. Yeah, perhaps I'll cross the arm over. Then I'm feeling all a little bit curled up. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just open a little bit and lengthen up through my spine. Steady breath. So treating the spiral of the torso just a little bit like a process, it's a journey. Just another breath. And then from here, we can turn the head, look to the front. Exhale, let's gently unwind. Now, as you unwind, you might just want to pause in the center, or perhaps just a little nudge to the left and see how you feel. Both legs extend. And from here, inhale, arms up. And just a gentle fold, really, really light touch. In fact, you can bend the knees, just a gentle fold. Inhale, we'll come back up. And exhale, hands down. Okay, left side. So we'll take the left foot in. Janu Shirshasana. Getting yourself set up. So as you inhale, We've got our 2/3 to go first of all. So as you inhale, arms up, exhale, just a little third. Inhale. And what might be 2/3. In. And then we pause through those gateways. Let your hands go wherever they want to go. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, you might want to take that left hand just to the outside of the leg or the foot. Inviting the mind to follow the breath. If you inhale, lengthen through your spine, send the heart forward. And exhale, let's release that. Coming now to stand on the left foot. Maybe keeping on the inside of the leg, okay, or you can step it over. So from here, you might be happy hugging, you might be happy crossing, a little bit of a, if it works for you, yeah, a little bit of a lean back, tailbone can move under. I like to pretend that I'm like a piece of clay when I do things like this. Because each breath can just help me shape and mold into the posture. So allowing the exhalation to give stability to the lower body. And the in-breath can allow that space to develop. And then maybe the next exhale can give a little bit more spiral. Easy, easy, really gentle. So when you're ready, inhale, turning the head, looking to the front. Exhale, that gentle unwinding. You might want to keep unwinding to the right. And when you're ready, you can release the left. A little pause. Once again, you might want to just take that gentle lift of the chest. Inhale. The shoulder blades can move together slightly. Exhale to release. And then just 50 forward on the mat. And we'll come and lie down from here. Before we find our way into Shavasana, I'm going to check our time. Great. Okay, before we find our way into Shavasana, let's just do a tiny bit of bridge. Now, if you've got a brick, I invite you to take the supported bridge with the brick, okay? If you don't have a brick, don't worry, just keep rolling up and down through that bridge, okay? If you're ready to come into bridge here, let's lift up. Now, let's just keep it a little bit on the low side. So you can have medium brick or low brick, okay? We're just inviting the shoulder blades just to softly roll underneath you. Remembering if you've not got a brick, you can just keep rolling up and down, or you might want to stay for a few breaths, okay? If you're on the brick, I invite you just to extend one leg long. And you can just, if it's okay for your lower back, you can just let the leg flop open a little bit in the hip joint. Let's just come on back to that slightly longer exhale. So letting go is a really, really tricky thing, okay? I find. Okay, you can change sides when you're ready. Even if things feel like they're welcome to let go of, it can still feel really, really challenging. So what's quite nice this time of year is you can consider any behavior patterns or thought patterns that just maybe aren't helpful for you. You let go of them slightly. A long exhale is going to help create that slightly softer energy, which can help us cultivate that sense of letting go. Okay, if you've got the leg extended, let's come back to stand on the feet. If you're working on a medium brick, you might want to flip it to the low edge. Perhaps if you're on the low edge of brick, you might sort of do a final, like both legs extend, but just listen to your lower back, yeah? Just hang there. You're on the brick there, just start to find your way out. If you've got the legs extended, just stand on the feet, come on out. Lower yourself down. And you can cross the ankles and let yourself hang out here for a minute. So before we come into a little Shavasana, I really want to try and get a little bit of pranayama done to close the practice. So we're going to take a brief Shavasana. If there's anything else you feel your body might need before we move into Shavasana, just give yourself a moment to take that. Windscreen wiper or a knee hug. Now we could just stretch out on the ground just for a couple of minutes. With each exhalation, just gently, gently soften a little more to the earth. Gently breathing in peace and breathing out peace. Now, if you feel you really want to stay lying down for a little bit longer, then that's fine. Please do. You can do the pranayama practice without using the hands. You can visualize the breath. Okay. So if that's appropriate for you to stay there, please do. If you feel it's okay for yourself to come back to sitting, then feel free just to take a lovely stretch through the body. And hug the knees in, have a little roll around. And there's no rush. You can bring yourself back to sitting whenever you're ready. So I thought it'd be quite nice just to complete our practice with a little bit of nadi shodhana breathing. So that's the alternate nostril breath. If it's too much to use the fingers to be blocking up the nostrils, then you can actually visualize the breath. Okay, so without blocking the nostrils, you can visualize that journey of the breath. I'll just quickly set you up for the hands. So I think a lot of you are quite familiar with it. Either hand is fine. Traditionally, it's the right hand, but totally appreciate that it's not for everyone. Okay, it might be your left hand. I'm going to take. Stop waving around. I'm going to take my first, my index finger and middle finger, and it comes into the palm of the hand, and then I'll be using the ring finger and the thumb, which will be doing the work blocking off the nostrils. Okay. Some folks I know take those two fingers and put them there at the third eye, and they still use the thumb and the ring finger to act like a little pincer. Okay. The little finger just kind of comes along for the ride. Okay, as sort of hanging out. All right. And then also the placement of the hands. See how it feels. Instead of squishing the nostrils, yeah, what you could do instead is move the thumb and finger up to sort of just where the cartilage opens into the nose. And that's where you can often do the blocking off. Okay. So let's just, now, also, if it's too much to have the hand up there, you can always support with the elbow. Okay. Or the hand to the elbow. All right. So let's just place the hands at rest, or just visualize both nostrils. Take an inhale where you are, and an exhale where you are. Now gently close the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Close the left, open up the right. Exhale right. Inhale right. Closing right, opening left. Exhale left. Inhale left. Closing up. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhaling left. Inhaling left. Bathing through the back of the left eye all the way to the center of the forehead. Exhaling now down to the back of the left eye, right eye rather, and the right nostril. Inhale to the right. Exhaling to the left. And just one more each side. So next time you exhale to the left, making that your last one. Just take a breath, both nostrils, following the breath all the way in and down, and all the way back up. And bring the hands together to Anjali Mudra. A full in-breath. Maybe a sigh. Let's take an Om together, a full in-breath. And may all beings know peace and know love and be free from suffering. And may we all teach peace by example. Thank you so much, everybody. Namaste. Great. Thank you. Thanks for your patience this morning. I really appreciate it. Bye, Francisca.
Thank you,
Have a great
Nadine.
day. Thank you. Thanks, Curtis. Have a lovely day. Bye. Bye, Hannah. Nice to see you. Bye, Tara and Clay. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a great day. Nice. Jane got you in the end.
Thank you. And I had to switch to a computer with no camera, so I can see you, but you can't see me. But thanks anyway.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm sorry about the link. There was just link. There was something went weird with the link, and anyway, we got there in the end.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye. See you.